want to leave cats out. I'm equal opportunity. How about if you've got this cat sitting in front of you and his ears are pinned back like this? Do we want to pet that cat?
No.
Nope, not unless we want to bleed. How about the cat sitting here and kind of flicking his tail like this?
No.
Yeah, that cat is to take a good swat or take a chunk. How about if you walk up to your own dog? My dog is named Sadie, thank you. I walk up to Sadie, and Sadie's fast asleep. She's snoring so loudly I can hear it 3 rooms away. Do I walk right up and go, Sadie? No, that's not a good idea. You don't wake up someone who's sleeping. So if the dog is asleep, let him sleep. If the cat's asleep, let her sleep. You don't want to be woken up by somebody going, "Gah!" and waking you up. So what about if your dog or your cat is eating? You want to play with them right now? No. Because they want to go through and focus on something enjoyable like eating. They don't want you grabbing at dinner. How about if they're drinking?
No.
Same thing. Don't disturb eating and drinking.
Because then it's going to make a mess.
That too. And why am I always the one who cleans up the messes? So you don't disturb these guys in situations where they don't want to be disturbed. How about if my dog is chewing his favorite chew toy? Do I want to go in there and grab that away?
No. Because then it's going to hang on it.
And if you've done it enough times in a row, and he really doesn't want you to take away his chew toy, he's going to chomp you. So if he's playing with his favorite chew toy, if he comes over and drops it in your lap, then it's fine to pick it up and play or throw or something like that. Pick.
So then you're going to only have one leg.
And you know, have I mentioned it's hard to walk around and work with only one leg?
Yeah.
Red.
If it's like a toy that you can pull it, then it's fine.
Yeah, if he comes up with you with the toy and you guys like playing that, that's fine. If he's sitting back here, and especially if he kind of gives you the eye or the ears go sideways like an airplane, that's not the time to do it. Airplane ears, no touch. Let's not give in. Because part of my job is to try to make you enjoy having your dogs and cats so much that you want to have them around a long time. And I want you to enjoy them by not going to the hospital. All right, so we've taken care of them at home. We've given them food, we've given them water, we've given them shelter, we've given them exercise, we've given them attention, we've played with them safely and nobody is bleeding on the floor, that's always good. But what happens if something happens anyway? What happens if I wake up and my cat's throwing up? Well, in my house I usually step in it. But he's throwing up. What's wrong? Well, in my house I start doing a physical exam because I'm the doctor. What do you guys do if he's throwing up? Or maybe you just saw him swallow your sister's Barbie doll. It's been gone. What if you caught him eating the Legos? Yeah, I've seen that. What are we going to do if they're sick? Just toss them out in the backyard and wait? Not so much, folks. That's when I go through, and that's the other half of my job. Half of my job is to keep you happy and healthy. I give you shots to keep you from getting diseases. I help keep you from getting fleas and ticks and other nasty things that carry diseases for humans too. I teach you how to take care of them, but the other half of my job is to take care of them when they're sick and try to send them back to being healthy. Yes, always the healthy food. And in case you were wondering, slipping from the broccoli under the table, A, your mother's going to know. I know when my son does it. And B, it might not be healthy for him, so we're not going to do that. And no cheese doodles on the couch. All right, so I woke up and my guy just threw up and I had to clean it up. So the other half of the doctor's job is to fix you when you're sick. So you go through and you come on in and you say, Doc, he's not doing right. So I look at him and I say, yeah, he's not doing right. What am I going to do to figure out why he's not doing right?
You check his heart.
Yep. check blood pressure in dogs and cats. Red.
You just do everything you have to do with dogs and cats and animals and wherever they're sick.
Mm-hmm. What are things that I can do to figure out why my guy's sick? Blue.
You can like do an X-ray, make sure that he goes.
Yep. Good one. Superman. Your dinosaur's sick. How am I going to figure out why?
Check his ears.
Yep. Leopard print.
If your dog is sick, you could just check. You could just check, its float if it's not feeling really good.
Blue. Yes, you're blue. What am I going to do to figure out why
You
he's sick?
shouldn't feed them what they're allergic to.
Yeah, that's a good one. Last chance. Pink. What am I going to do to figure out why he's sick?
See if he needs medicine or not.
Bingo. Okay, so. Hi there. You're sick. You're not doing right. So, I'm going to go through, you're going to sit in front of me, and I'm going to check his weight. Because if these guys lose weight, it's not that they've been on a diet. It's not that they went to Weight Watchers. It's usually because they're sick. You should have to work to lose weight. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to look for why you're losing the weight. Or throwing up, or itching, or fill in the blank. So I'm going to go through, go sit in the corner, thank you. And I'm going to look at his ears, carefully and politely, because I don't want to be bitten. And I'm going to look at his eyes and make sure that nothing's a funny color. I'm going to look in his mouth and make sure he's not hideously white, like he's really sick. And I'm going to feel along here to see if he's painful anywhere. I get an awful lot of these guys who are limping because they don't jump right. Now we're going to go look for, maybe I'm going to go through and use one of these to go look in his eyes and look at inside the back of the eye to see if I see something going on. Or maybe, and that's called an ophthalmoscope. And in English it means a scope that looks at the eye. And this is an otoscope. And in English it means a scope that looks in the ear. And so I reach down here and I can look deep inside the ear and see if you have an infection in there. Or do you have a foreign body in there? You know what a foreign body is? It's a piece of junk that's not supposed to be in there. You know how really little kids sometimes put stupid things up their noses or up their ears? Well, sometimes stupid things end up dog ears too. And sometimes stupid things end up dog noses. So, you'd be amazed. But you guys are too old to do stupid things. And sometimes I'm going to use this. This is called a stethoscope. This is a scope for listening inside. So this is going to go through, and I'm going to listen to your lungs, and I'm going to make sure you don't sound like you're full of water. And I'd make sure, so no, like you got that. And I'm going to make sure you don't sound like your airway's cutting out, like, yeah, that would mean you're having a hard time breathing. And I'm going to listen to your heart, and I'm going to listen for lump dum, lump dum, lump dum, lump dum. That's a healthy heart. If I hear psh, 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 that's a heart murmur. There's something wrong with your heart. Maybe we need to do something about that. And though you won't always see people do this, sometimes I'll listen down here at the belly area because there are certain gurgling noises that are normal as the gas goes through your guts. And if the noises are normal, that's good. And if there's no noises at all, you're really sick because nothing's moving. So there's all these things that I can listen to using this. So when you see me reach down like this and go like this and say, stop talking, and like this, that's what I'm looking for. So, all right, I've looked at some ears, I've looked at some eyes, I've looked at the mouth, I made sure the teeth were in the mouth. Sometimes these guys can have real problems with their teeth, especially the little guys. They can get so gross and so disgusting that their teeth actually fall out, and that's painful, by the way. I looked for if any of this hurts, all right? Can you move? Yeah, can you move? Can you move? If you bite me, you probably hurt, or I move too fast. Sometimes I'll go through and I'll feel through here, because in the belly, I don't have a bunch of bones in the way, and I can really feel what's going on down in there. So sometimes, oh, and I'll also go through and take a temperature, and I'm not going to demonstrate that on this guy because we all know where the thermometer goes, right? Uh-huh. So, I have this sick guy in front of me, and I've done a really good exam, and I'm starting to think I might know where it is, but sometimes I have to do some extra things to figure out exactly what's going on. So, I might have to go through and run some blood tests to figure out whether everything's working for you or not. And boy, you would think I'm really crazy over colors because there's only 1,000 different types of blood tubes. Sometimes I have to do tests to see what's going on inside you.